All right, it is now time for the Week 5 Fantasy Show. Last week,
Hope the image
obviously, we
power
had
goes
to
out.
skip because during the middle of the show, my internet all went out.
Just so you don't pay
So,
your bills.
yikes, the damn hurricane. Anyways, we have a special appearance since Ernie Reyes is never here at the shows because he's always working like a slave. We get the
Whoa,
proud
whoa.
special appearance of Ernie, who called off from work. So FedEx, if you're
Thank you,
listening,
Ernie,
Ernie Reyes
for
called out
blessing
of
you
work
with
for no reason
for
to be
blessing
on the
us with
fantasy
your.
show. Ernie, we'll get your comments on your team here in a minute, but welcome. Anything you'd like to say about being on your first show of the year?
Yeah. Um, I own you, golfer. Don't forget that.
Oh, okay. What a goat, Ernie. What a goat you are. All right, moving on. We will start with there's been a lot of trade activity this past week. So we will start with going over the trades that have happened in the last few days. Obviously, we had a three-way trade, big boy, between me, Zach, and Zombie, where I gave up my Detroit boys, Debo Samuel and Dak Prescott, to Zombie. I also gave Juju to Zach. Zombie gives in return to me Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, A.J. Dillon, Jeff Wilson Jr., and Jerry Jeudy. And Zombie got Jamar Chase from Zach. Debo went to Zach, and Damian Harris went to Zach from Zombie. So a big three-way trade there. Very nice trade. Worked out, I think, between all three of us. Has potential to work for any side. The big shocker there was that Zach gave up his boy Jamar Chase, who he had been touting all year and was happy to get, and then he gives them up after 4 weeks. But we'll see. Obviously, after losing this past week to Ernie, I needed to make a big nuke. So we are bringing in one of the best offenses in the NFL, and hopefully they can continue to do good and get me some wins going forward. Anybody else want to make any comments? Zombie, you want to make any comments about this three-way trade that you made the other day?
That trade.
Uh, yeah, you got what you wanted.
Yep,
I
I
got
did.
what I wanted.
That is true, and I'm assuming Zach got what he wanted. Zach, any comments?
I would have liked to do a whole team swap with pretty much
Yes,
anybody,
yes, we know.
so I didn't
Yeah,
really get what I wanted.
I think
Although I
the
do feel unlucky to be 0-4. I feel like I have
okay.
a,
Well,
a
we'll
two
get to
and
that in
two
a minute when we
team.
go over your
Okay.
your team last week. But
Well, I feel like my
uh
team is shitter now than it was
oh, well, that's not good. That means some more
last
bad
week.
trades. Go
I'm
looking
just
up,
throwing shit away.
looking up at another trade. Let's see. Bill made one with who was this? Pussy, where Bill traded CD Lamb to Pussy, and Bill in return got Keenan Allen and Drake London. Interesting one
Other
there.
way around.
Oh oh yeah no Bill yeah
Bill got
oh
CD Lamb.
Bill got CD Lamb, yeah, and traded
Not for
away
long.
Allen and London, which then you already traded away Keenan Allen, or you're about to possibly to Ernie. But
Possibly,
I like that
possibly,
trade.
possibly.
I think it has potential to be a good trade for Pussy if Keenan Allen comes back and starts looking like the wide receiver one for the Chargers and stays healthy. I think Pussy wins that trade if that happens. Obviously, if that doesn't happen, then I think Bill got the better end. I don't know. CD Lamb has had a few pop off games the last few weeks, but I don't know if he's going to continue to do that for the whole rest of the year, as
Whoa! I hope he
defenses are
does.
going to be focused on him. Cooper Rush obviously has played good, which has also benefited CD Lamb, so we'll see if Dak can keep that going when he comes back. Zach, you then traded for CD Lamb, and you and the Denver boys from Bill for Juju and Derrick Henry. You finally offload Derrick Henry after trading for him in the first week. So, Zach, are you not happy with that value you got for Derrick Henry, or?
All I'm gonna say is, I'm deep in the dumps when I trade for a Cowboys player.
Okay, that is true. I
I
mean,
hope that costs you your season.
that Ernie
Wow.
is not very happy about that trade, by the way, because he is facing Bill this week and now has to face Derrick Henry, so he's not happy. Ernie,
Well,
would you like to
I
make any
would like to
comments about this
say, I
trade?
would also like to
Oh,
say
okay.
that I DM many people about the
Yes.
King, and I got shit offers
Oh,
from every single person,
okay.
and I just accepted the least shit of the offers.
Oh, okay. Ernie seems to think that his offer was pretty good for Derrick Henry, and speaking with him.
It was a starting offer, and
Buddy
this
was giving
dumbass
me
did not
Kyle.
even try to negotiate.
Oh, he didn't try to
Ernie, do you want should I leak our DMs or just you sending me the damn office open gif? That's it. That's it.
Ernie likes that gif.
Our-
And then
our-
usually you
didn't
don't hear
know.
anything back. Ask Cheese for the
Yep.
last 2 days.
Our last
I
10
didn't
DMs.
know. I was
Hello,
trading with
hello,
the
king
grandma that sleeps
emoji.
at 10 o'clock at night.
Uh,
Or should I say 8:30?
Office open. Office open. Hello, my friend. Hello, lad. And I just fucking never hear anything back. So I don't want to hear it.
all right. So Ernie, any comments on now having to face Derrick Henry this week against Bill? I'm assuming you think Bill's team has gotten better after this trade with Zach.
I believe Bill will win.
Okay.
You
You had some strong statements
but-
about Zach's team earlier in the group chat. Would you like to share
But
those?
I am trying to find out by when will that team get locked when they're clearly not going to make the playoffs. This season is over.
Oh,
I don't
are you
understand
talking about
why
Bill
that
or
team is
Zach?
not
Wait,
locked.
who are you talking about? here?
Zach's.
Oh, Zach. Whoa!
That
His
team should
season's-
have been locked by now. There's no reason for it to be still trading.
Whoa. Whoa.
You know
I
what?
will bet I
Every
will bet
person who
Zach
plays
right now,
Ernie every week, I will trade my best player with you every single week.
I
So
will
hit
bet
Okay,
me up
that's
if you're playing
collusion.
Ernie.
that Zach
You
will
better
not
make
the
a fair
playoffs.
trade if you're gonna do that. Wow.
I will bet Zach $150 he will not make the playoffs.
Ooh.
Buddy, I'm 0-4.
Are you giving him
Fuck.
odds on that, or? Because I think you got to give him some odds, Ernie, to make that fair.
Odds?
Yeah, he's 0-4. What?
But
Okay.
you said he's gonna come back.
And then let's see, the only other trade, another
I
one
never said I
today.
was coming back.
Another trade today between me and Pussy of all people. When I woke up this morning out of bed, I was not expecting me and Pussy to make a trade today, and somehow we just magically, after 2 weeks of trying, have finally came to an agreement today.
You reached the end of the rainbow.
So I traded away newly acquired AJ Dillon and Bateman to Pussy, and Pussy sent me J.K. Dobbins and DJ Moore back on the other end. I think it's a pretty fair
Nice.
offer for both sides. Ernie, you have some different thoughts on it. What is your thoughts?
It's clear. The only way you're gonna get a fair trade is if you're white in this lobby.
Oh, well, it's a good thing I'm white
Wow.
then. Thank God.
Whoa.
That's
Thank
why I
God
didn't hit
I'm
up, man.
white.
Oh my God.
White privilege, baby. I'll take it if we can
White
get fair
privilege
I thought he was
trade.
gonna say something
sucks.
else.
Pussy, any comments on the deal at all that you'd like to make?
I thought we made a great trade, Golfer.
Yes.
And I was,
Hopefully we can make more of these going forward, and I
Yep,
don't.
no,
When
think-
I DM you next time, hopefully I don't get a oh God, what do you want? Instead
Well,
instead
we
of
will-
you know
you
that
know,
doesn't start
Golfer,
trade
I thought-
negotiations very well.
See, Golfer, our trade was very fair, and I
Yes.
like to typically not make fair trades
Yeah.
in my eyes.
Yeah, I know.
What?
You've told me this before, like last week when you said, "I'm not
Wait,
trying to
what?
trade with somebody that knows what they're doing. I'm trying to trade with someone to fleece them." And
What the
then you
Yeah,
ended up getting
exactly.
fleeced by Slaps earlier this year in a trade. So I don't know
have.
who you think you're fleecing, but you haven't really been fleecing
Is anybody
anyone this
interested
year.
in Kyler, by the way?
I've made a couple
It is
fleeces,
caught
like,
its speed. We are good.
Okay,
I turned Hunter Renfro from Zach's trade into Patrick Mahomes.
that is true. Yes, that was your only.
So-
I think that's your fleece of the year so far from Tyler. I'm sure Tyler would disagree, but
I should have hit
Yes.
Tyler up.
Okay,
I
so
also got
interesting.
Brees Hall from Zombie.
Yeah, well, that was a good move. Even though you haven't started him one time all year when he gets you 15
He-
points a game.
well, we will look at my lineup
Okay,
today.
All right. All right. Well, I'm sure this won't be the end of the trading this week, as there's a few more deals out there. According to Ernie, he has 2 very good offers between Cheese and Pussy. It sounds like Pussy's is a little more intriguing, so I'm sure Cheese is going to get fucked after waiting 2.5 days to get a response. But
Poor guy.
you know, that's how it goes. We'll get Cheese's thoughts when he joins the party
Poor
here shortly.
guy.
So we'll get his thoughts
I
on all
told
that when he
Cheese he shouldn't
joins.
have DM'd
Yeah.
Pusa. That idiot.
Uh-huh. All right, and then
Who
looking
wants
at
Tyler?
the waivers for this week, obviously there was a lot of cash being spent by me and a couple other people. As I got Caleb Huntley, possibly going to be a new running back for Atlanta, as now Cordell is on the IR for 4 games at least, so him and Allgeier are going to be the new backfield. Obviously, no doubt about it, I overpaid quite a bit for Huntley. Looking at the other offers, what the next offer I think was $11. So yes, I pulled a bit of a zombie and overpaid quite a bit. But the way I'm looking at it is waivers have been very dry this year, and when you get any type of running back that has a potential to get any type of snaps or possibly become the number 1 guy if he plays good, I'll overpay a little bit to possibly get him because running backs are very, very few and far between this year. The other big one was Bill getting Jameson Williams for $25. Pretty good pickup there, as when he comes back, he was a top 3 pick this past year in the NFL draft. So when he comes back with that Lions offense, should be pretty good wide receiver. He beat out Pook as well, which I'm sure Bill is very happy about. He beat him out by $7 to get Jameson Williams, and that immediately told Pook that he should have put all his money on Jameson Williams because he instantly regretted not going more. Other than that, Will Dissly was added by Ernie for $15. Decent ad there. Did anybody else bid on Will Dissly? Nope, nobody else did. So, I mean, decent ad, but you could have got him for $1. Ernie, any comments on your Will Dissly ad? You happy with it?
Yes, because I
Okay.
will need a tight end by the end of the night today.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Whoa,
And Noah
whoa.
Brown was added by Tyler for $13. So we're starting to see some double-digit dollars being spent as people are realizing that there's
Not
might be
triple digits,
the
though.
normal. Yeah, no triple digits yet. I see you're holding your $100, Zach, for the right moment. I know.
Mhm.
Kenny Pickett was also added by me for $11. Let's see who else.
Just
$9
waiting for
for
somebody
the
to tear their
Jacksonville
ACL.
defense. So big money for a defense was spent, and that's pretty much the bulk of the waivers for this week.
Whoa.
Oh wait, you got Mike Boone for $15 on me. I forgot. Yeah. Are you happy with that? I'm assuming.
Yes, sir, because
You beat out Ernie
Melvin,
by
I
$5.
fumble all the
You wouldn't have
time.
beat me though.
Gordon
If I
is
didn't get
trash.
Huntley, I was getting Boone because I bid 27 on him. Huh?
Yeah, because Melvin, I fumble all the time. Gordon is going to
Yes.
get benched soon.
That is a possibility happening. The only reason I wasn't more interested in Boone over Huntley is because they signed Latavius Murray. If they didn't
The
sign Latavius
Murray
Murray,
show.
I would have went way bigger on Mike Boone and probably would have been my number 1 target. But because they now have a third running back in the mix, that's why I chose to go with Huntley more. So we'll see if any of these players pan out or turn out to be stars. Hopefully my $31 man can take over the starting gig there eventually. He's got 2 tough matchups the next 2 weeks, so he won't be getting in my lineup the next 2 weeks most likely. All right, looking at what happened last week. Some interesting score lines. We will start with my matchup versus Ernie, as I already previewed earlier. He beat me 119 to 124. I now fall to the dreaded 0-4, not the start at all that I was wanting. Ernie now moves to 3-1, so a very good start for Ernie on the year. And this matchup came down somehow. It came down to Monday Night Football once again for me, and once again I got fucked by Deebo Samuel not getting a half inch to cross that goal line on the 1-yard line. If he would have crossed
Great
that goal
defense.
line, I would have won this week and got my first win. It was that close of a margin for Deebo Samuel. And so because Hero D didn't become Hero D, he was shipped out of my
The
team.
wrong person won that game. That's all I'm gonna
Oh,
say.
well, thank you, Zach. Thank you. Ernie, any comments on your win over me? I know you already said you own me. What a go, Ernie.
I
The
know
last 2 years you have beat me, last year and this year, so that is a bad
I-
trend that I need to change somehow.
all
Hopefully
I'm
in the
gonna say is
playoffs.
I know that the team that's 0-4 is not talking, right?
Hmm,
How about they get a
The
win
other
before they open their
0-4,
mouths in
yes.
this party?
The other 0-4 team was
How about they
talking.
get a win
Mhm.
before they open their mouths again?
Okay. Well, GG's good. Great start for you, Ernie. 3-1. I don't think you could ask for any better. It would be 4-0 if Stephon Diggs didn't pop off on that
Ooh.
Monday night a few
Slaps.
weeks ago.
Fucking
Slaps,
bitch,
slaps,
Diggs.
slaps.
All right, moving on to the next matchup of last week. We had Tyler versus Pook in a battle of unbeatens, and Tyler comes out on top to move to 4-0, 153 to Pook's 137. So a high-scoring affair. Pook's team put up another really good score line, but he falls short 3-1. Lamar Jackson with a kind of a mediocre down game against that Buffalo defense, but he got picked up by his teammates. Miles Sanders, 29 big points, who he shipped out this week to Cheese. Christian McCaffrey looked good with 25. Hollywood or Marquise Brown with 20 again. So some big games. Besides it's pretty scary if Pook's team gets bad performances from his Baltimore stack, but still scores 137 points. But Tyler's team overcame it. Tom Brady woke up 25 points. Must be the divorce filings. Has finally gotten off his chest, so now he can focus on fantasy and focus on putting up good numbers. Austin Eckler with a huge game, breakout game for him, 35 big points. Cooper Kupp doing his normal. Seems like high 20s is his normal now. It's crazy. Leonard Fournette had a good game too with the touchdown, getting 18 points. Kittle, though, was about the only guy that really looked bad again for Tyler. So that tight end not looking too good to start this year. But GG's to both of them. Anybody want to make any comments about either of these teams quickly? Nope.
There's
right.
about to be a trade.
Oh, we're going to have another live trade. I love these live trades in the party.
It's a big one.
Nice. All right, well, until that happens, moving on to the next matchup of last week, we had Slaps versus Zombie, and Slaps took Zombie a little bit behind the woodshed, 155, most points on the week, to Zombie's 114. Zombie falls to 2-2. Slaps moves to 2-2, so that kind of balances out the standings a little bit there. Zombies Hurts had a down game. His running backs did pretty solid, but Jalen Waddle didn't do very good. So kind of just mediocre. Zombie didn't have anybody score over 20 points. So kind of just a mediocre 114. Slaps, on the other hand, his team popped off. Jared Goff, 33 huge points. As that game was a shootout. Nick Chubb had another nice game with 20. Adams almost had 20. Cooks had a nice game. Metcalf had a huge game. Really, Waller was the only big disappointment there for Slaps' side. So a big win. Slaps, your comments after that big win over Zombie last week?
That went in Raw behind the woodshed.
Ooh, went in Raw. Damn. Yeah, I mean, you did kind of go in Raw because it caused Zombie to kind of blow up his whole team. So I would agree with that. Zombie, any comments after the giant beatdown by the Scotsman?
It was a Mickey Mouse win.
Okay. And why was it a Mickey Mouse win, Zombie?
Because it's fucking
Jared Goff?
fucking Jared Goff went off because the game was like 50-48.
45-48.
That shit was...
There was no defense played in that game, but
yeah, that was such bullshit.
Okay. All right, and then moving on to the next one, we had Bill versus Matt. As Matt, with his best score of the year so far, 123, gets over 100, has his best score of the season so far, and takes down Bill, moves Bill to 1-3. So Matt, after starting 0-2, looked like his team was in complete shambles. He makes a couple trades, and then now is looking like a solid overall team, 2-2. Bill, on the other hand, is not looking very good as his team has some good players on paper, but isn't performing. As Josh Allen did his normal thing, but then that was kind of it. Barkley had 18, and then other than that, nothing really else to speak from. On Matt's side, really his only issue was his quarterback play. Matthew Stafford does not look good, so we'll see what he does if he tries to address his quarterback situation at all, because Stafford has not looked good the last 2 weeks. But GG's to Matt. That Dameon Pierce move off of Slaps is turning out to be really good for his team, as he's had back-to-back pop-off games to really help him, considering that Kamara's been hurt. So big for Matt's team to move to 2-2. Next matchup, we had Cheese versus Hunter, and this was the closest, besides my matchup, came down to the Monday night game, and Cheese pulled off the win out of nowhere, just like a few weeks ago against Ernie with the Diggs play. He does it again on Monday night as the San Francisco 49ers defense gets a pick six towards the end of the game, which was the difference to get Cheese the win over Hunter. So a big win for Cheese to move to now 4-0. The only other team under 4-0 besides Tyler. On Hunter's side, he falls to 1-3. Now he's got injury issues as Jonathan Taylor got hurt in that game, and he's not playing this week. So some issues for Hunter. We'll see if he can work around those, or if he ends up now being forced to make some trades. We'll see what happens. So far, he hasn't made no real movement. On Cheese's side, 4-0, looking very good, although he did trade away Najee Harris this week. Very kind of interesting trade that some people have some opinions on, being 4-0 to trade away a possible star like Najee Harris. So we'll see if that comes back to bite him or not. But GG's to him. And then the final matchup of the week, we had Zach versus Pussy, and Pussy picks up the win 113
Great win.
to 106. Zach's team, once again, not putting up very, very good numbers. 106 score line, not going to be good enough to
That's
get
my
wins.
lowest of the whole season.
Not going to be good. It is? Are you sure? You haven't
Yep.
put up too many high ones. I know last week, didn't you only score like 105 last week or something?
107, 119.
Okay,
114,
107. So
106.
one more point. So 106, 107, 106. So 3 out of the 4 weeks. Barely over
No,
100. Not
2
good.
out of 4.
Okay. Anyways, it prompted Zach to blow it all up. He got rid of Chase, got rid of Henry,
Not
as we
done
talked
yet.
about, and he's not done yet. As he's probably going to blow up some more as he now falls to 0-4. Basically, it was the Chiefs stack coming through on Sunday Night Football for Pussy to get him that win, as it was kind of in the balance, and then Mahomes to Kelsey, bang, 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 right away to start the game, and Zach knew he was toast. Pussy, any comments on your victory over Zach?
It's a good win, and then
Yeah.
we move on to next week.
Okay. Zach, any more comments you'd like to make?
I got beat by a midget.
Okay. Yeah. All right. And the midget's now making you completely blow everything up. Interesting. All right. So looking at the standings after last week, as we said, we have Tyler and Cheese 4-0, the only 2 undefeated teams left, looking very good. Pook 3-1, Ernie 3-1, those 2 teams. Then we have a whole slew of 2-2s: Slaps, Zombie, Pussy, Matt. Then 2 1-3s, Bill and Hunter, and then the 2 0-4s, me and Zach. So hopefully we can get some more parity on these standings. Hopefully the 2-2s and 1-3s get victories this week to tighten that standings back up even more than what it already is. So looking at that, we go into the Week 5 preview. And with that, we will start with my matchup against Zach, the battle of 0-4. Somebody is going to be by themselves at the bottom of the standings, wanting to off themselves at 0-5. Hopefully it isn't me. But I know it's going to be a tough one. Right now, ESPN projects me to get the win, 121 to 115. Zach, I'm sure, is going, as he said, is still looking to blow up more of his team. So who knows what of these players I'm about to read will still be there. But at the moment, he has Kyler Murray against Philly, Damian Harris against Detroit, decent matchup there. Melvin Gordon against the Colts. See how well he is now as the guy as Javonte got hurt. Deebo Samuel against Carolina. CeeDee Lamb, who we acquired, against the Rams. Goddard against Arizona. And Michael Thomas, who's questionable, did not practice today, against Seattle. And the Commanders defense against Tennessee. On my side, I have Jalen Hurts, newly acquired, against Arizona. Hopefully that's a shootout there. Jeff Wilson against Carolina. J.K. Dobbins, newly acquired today, against Cincinnati. Michael Pittman against Denver. A.J. Brown against Arizona. Pat Freiermuth against Buffalo. And Jerry Jeudy against the Colts. And the Cowboys defense against the Rams. And Stafford, who's throwing a lot of picks lately. Obviously, I don't like having 2 Thursday night players, 2 of my wide receivers, Pittman and Jeudy, because that either means I'm off to a great start or I'm off to a bad start. So I don't like that. So hopefully they can get off to good starts tomorrow night to get me ahead by a decent amount. I am going to obviously pick myself to win. I like the moves I made. Hopefully the Philly boys can carry me to a victory this week. All right, let's see here. Ernie, who is winning this matchup?
You're gonna win by a landslide. I will predict a
landslide. Wow.
138.6 to a 102.1.
102. Okay. All right. Interesting. Pussy, who's winning?
Oh shit! Can you go to the next person? And have
Jesus.
any numbers?
Slaps.
It's Zach. He's gonna lose. Doesn't matter.
Slaps.
Have any
who's
numbers?
I'm gonna say a draw.
A tie.
I
You're
have-
predicting
I
a
have
tie
my
to
numbers.
keep us both winless, huh?
Tie.
Wow, that's an interesting prediction. All right, well, maybe we will both. Zach, that is one way. We were talking the other day how one of us is going to be all by themselves. Well, that is one way to keep us together, is a possible tie. So interesting. All right, Pussy, are you ready yet, or what? You're
I would.
studying numbers in school. You should be
I
able
would.
to get this.
Don't
I
get
will
me
say
started
that
with
this is
that.
going to be a close game, but Golfer is
Okay.
going to take the win.
Okay, interesting. Zombie.
Shocker.
Uh, unless my buddy Zach here blows it up right now, I'm gonna pick you to win.
Okay. All right, and Zach, we know you're saying there's more nukes incoming here. Are you getting the
Tie.
win after these nukes or what? Oh, tie?
Tie.
You're not even picking yourself to win?
Fuck
Even with the
this.
Coward.
Tie.
nukes? Oh my god, Zach is tremendously down bad this fantasy
Coward.
season if he's picking himself to be the tie. Wow. All right, well, good luck, Zach. Hopefully we don't tie because that would suck. I want to win. I don't want no tie. All right, moving on to the next matchup. This is a high scoring one. We have Pook versus Slap, so 3-1 versus 2-2. We have Pook projected to win by about 2 points, 130 to 128. Pook has Lamar Jackson against Cincinnati, Christian McCaffrey against the 49ers, Aaron Jones against the Giants, Hollywood Brown against Philly, Christian Kirk against Houston, decent matchup there, Mark Andrews against Cincinnati, and then the newly acquired Najee Harris against Buffalo, and the Ravens defense against Cincinnati. On Slap Society has Jared Goff against the Patriots. I mean, that Lions offense has been great, but the Patriots usually have a way of keeping teams down sometimes. Chubb against the Chargers, Mixon against Baltimore, Devontae Adams against Kansas City, DK Metcalf against the Saints, Darren Waller against Kansas City, and Brandon Cooks against Jacksonville, and the Titans defense against those shitty Commanders. Let's see here. I want Slaps to win because I want the 2-2 teams to beat the 3-1 teams to bring them back to closer to everyone else. Although something tells me that Pook's players are going to pop off, so I'm going to pick Pook to win this week. Ernie, who's winning?
It's not Slaps' fault, but he's gonna get dicked on.
Ooh, okay.
Probably about like 30 plus points. It's not even gonna be close.
Wow. Okay.
He's gonna blame his Raider boys and blow up his team.
Mm.
I will be waiting for that trade to
Okay.
be sent.
Okay, interesting. Pussy.
I'm going to pick Pook.
Okay. Zombie.
Can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm picking my buddy Pook.
Whoa! I don't think you ever pick Pook to win. Wow, that's surprising. Zach.
Pook and who?
Slaps.
If Slaps does this deal with me, he will win.
Oh, okay. Interesting tech there. Slaps, are you going to be doing the deal with Zach to ensure your victory over Pook?
We're struggling to get to a final
Ooh,
point,
that's
but
not good. That's not good. That's
But
never
we
good
are
when you
close.
say.
we
never-
were
never
very
good.
close. We were
Yeah.
very close, but Yep.
Okay.
We're-
So
we're
are you
not
going
quite
to win
Gonna
then?
push the button.
Are you winning either way then? If you do this trade or not do this trade?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Everyone has shut down my team.
Okay, they're just
I am
picking Pook. I
going
don't think anyone said your team's
to
ass.
Blow
His team
Pook
is ass unless he
out
does
the
this trade.
water this week.
You're blowing Pook out of the
No,
water.
like genuinely, I will beat Pook by more than 20 points.
More than 20 points. Wow. Who just joined?
Mark.
Is that Pook that joined?
Mark my words.
Oh,
I am beating Pook by more than 20.
Zach lagged out.
Joe
More than
Mixon.
20. Wow. Okay.
Joe Mixon is gonna
I
have
can't
his
wait for
bounce
Pook.
back game.
I can't wait for Pook to hear this recording. Interesting. Okay.
I
My
am
boy Cheese.
beating him by more than 20.
Okay.
Hello,
Wow.
I'm here.
Hello, Cheese. Hello. Cheese, before we continue with the predictions for next week, we were talking about trades earlier, and based on what's been happening tonight in the party, it seems you, after waiting 2.5 days, find yourself in pole position number 2 to possibly get this deal done with Ernie. Would you
Well,
like
I
to
don't know what Ernie.
would
what
you
do
like to
want?
make any comments about how these trade proceedings have gone?
Look, Ernie's holding my head in the bag, and then Booster's trying to cuck me. I
Oh.
will see what Ernie wants from me and decide if I will advance
okay.
my offer.
Okay, interesting. Interesting.
We will negotiate after.
Oh.
Yes.
Hopefully you
We
actually
are
do
very
this time
close.
instead of the last 2 nights.
Fuck
Okay,
yourself,
okay.
man.
Cheese, you have any prediction on who's winning between
I just have
Pook?
breaking news.
Slap?
There's
Oh.
there's a physical altercation at Warriors practice, considering disciplinary
no.
action towards Draymond Green.
Oh,
So get fucked,
shocker.
Zach.
Shocker.
Ooh.
Draymond Green
Like
fighting with someone.
preseason.
Where
Preseason.
have
Yeah,
we
it's
seen
even
that
more
before?
embarrassing. He's fighting in the preseason.
That's,
Pook will
he's a
win.
dog.
Pook
will win.
is,
Okay.
he retooled his team, but he will win.
Okay. Interesting. All right. And let's see. Slaps already said he's winning by 20, so we got everyone. All right, moving on to the next matchup. According, of course, Matt doesn't want to start a lineup because he thinks that's funny or AIDS or something. I don't know. But we have Tyler 4-0 versus Matt 2-2. He picked up Cam Newton this week after Slap spent $15 on him and then
Yeah, I
dropped him. Okay, interesting play there. But let's see here. Tyler predicted 125. Tyler has Tom Brady against Atlanta. Good matchup there. Eckler against Cleveland. Leonard Fournette against Atlanta should be good. Cooper Kupp against Dallas. It's Cooper Kupp, so he's pretty much matchup proof. Tyler Lockett against the Saints. George Kittle against Carolina. Hunter Renfrow, if he plays, against Kansas City. And the Broncos defense on Thursday night against the Colts. Matt most likely will have, let's see, Matthew
Kamara.
Stafford against the Cowboys. He'll have Dameon Pierce against Jacksonville. He'll have Kamara if he plays against Seattle, but if he doesn't, then he'll start Zeke against the Rams. He'll have Mike Williams as long as he's still on his team. He's been offering him in trades against Cleveland. Let's see who's the second wide receiver. T. Higgins against Baltimore. And then his tight end most likely will be George Everett against Cleveland. And then defense and kicker. Who really cares? In his flex, he's going to choose between what? Singletary or Robinson or I guess Zeke if Kamara plays. I'm going to take Tyler. Obviously, Tyler's team is off to a great start, 4-0. I like some of his players a lot. Eckler had a huge game last week. If Eckler and Kupp are having monster games, Tyler's going to be very hard to beat. So I'm going to take Tyler to win. Ernie.
I actually think Tyler gets humbled this
Ooh,
week.
okay, interesting.
My boy Matt is gonna take him out.
All right. Well, I will be rooting for Matt, obviously, to bring him back a little bit. But okay. Pussy, who's winning?
Since Matt didn't set his lineup, I'm gonna respect Golfer, and Tyler will be winning.
Okay, interesting. Slaps.
Tyler.
Okay, Zombie.
I'm gonna go with Tyler.
Okay, Zach.
My boy Tyler's not going to lose a game all season.
Whoa, wow, big standing there. All right, and Cheese.
Tyler will continue his undefeated
Tyler will
streak.
continue his undefeated. Wow, okay. The question is, will Cheese continue his undefeated as he plays Zombie this week? 2-2 Zombie versus 4-0. So a lot of the 2-2 teams are playing the teams above them in the standings. So go 2-2 teams to bring them all back. Cheese has a 5-point deficit according to ESPN right now, but he has Burrow against Baltimore. Travis Etienne getting in there against Houston should be decent. Sanders, newly acquired against Arizona. We'll see if he has another big game after last week or if that was just a fluke. Stephon Diggs against Pittsburgh. Mike Evans against Atlanta after his big game. Zach Ertz against Philly. And Curtis Samuel, also newly acquired, although he's questionable, against Tennessee. We'll see if he plays. You say he's fine, but we'll see. And the 49ers defense, after grabbing you that win last week against Carolina. Pretty good matchup there. On Zombie's side, Teddy Two Gloves Bridgewater. Against the Jets. Jamal Williams, newly acquired against New England. David Montgomery, questionable against Minnesota. Jalen Waddle, also questionable against the Jets. Jamar Chase against Baltimore. Tyler Higbee against Dallas. And Amara, questionable as well against New England. And the Chargers defense against Cleveland. Zombie has a lot of question marks. If everyone on Zombie's team that's questionable plays, I think Zombie gets the upset over Cheese. However, I don't know if some of them are going to play, and I don't like Zombie's quarterback at all. So
Well, who's his backup running back? Because Montgomery is almost certainly not playing.
let's see. Zombie's going to
Or
play.
Monty.
He has to play Hines tomorrow if he's going to play Hines, or Mike Boone.
Ooh.
So he's got to make that decision tomorrow if he's going to play Monty or not. So that's an interesting. Yeah, I think Zombie has a lot of question marks this week. He's got to make some decisions since Hines plays tomorrow. I don't know. I don't like his quarterback
have to be-
choice.
You have to be
Uh,
playing Hines tomorrow.
I don't like his
You're-
quarterback choice, so I'm gonna take Cheese to go 5-0. Despite, not, I think Cheese puts up maybe 120 points. I don't think his team goes off, but I just don't know about some of the things on Zombie's team. Ernie, who's winning?
Once we get this trade done, my boy Cheese gonna beat him.
Ooh, okay, some optimism there to get the deal done. Pussy.
Remarkably, before the trade, I'm still picking Cheese.
Oh, okay.
Remarkably.
Slaps. Why is that a remarkably? Are you stunned that Cheese is off to a 4-0 start, possibly going to be 5-0?
Yeah. Looking at that lineup, I am.
Oh, okay.
What's wrong with the
Wow.
lineup, man?
Wow. All right. Okay.
Did
Slaps.
I answer that question?
Yeah,
or?
go ahead. Go ahead.
I
Wait. Let
yeah, on you
Pussy
go.
answer.
Where should I start? I'll start with Miles Sanders. You traded
I traded 2 yards
probably
per carry. Shit offense, Najee. Continue.
With a brand new quarterback and could be a whole new
I
offense.
have the running back in
This
the
week.
best situation in the NFL. I'm not
Oh
worried.
my God, this is so late.
You don't have
Alright,
Jalen.
just-
You don't have Jalen Hurts. He's the best running
Look,
back.
I got
on
Josh
that team.
Icy.
No, but he's
Okay,
not.
whatever.
Sanders isn't the
I don't
best
think
running
his team is that good to be
Oh,
4-0,
okay.
but
back. Okay.
I guess we'll
So
see.
you're saying some luck has been involved. I mean, Cheese has been very lucky from the standpoint of he's had
Coming
two.
from me, though,
He's needed
I don't
two
know if I
things
can
to
really
happen
say
on
that.
2 different Monday nights, and he's got them both to happen. So that is very lucky, considering
just-
I've needed 2 things to happen on Monday nights and haven't been able to get either of them, and they've both come oh so close. So
I don't think I'm in the position to be talking about somebody's team, but
Yeah.
if I
well,
were
you already
to be in
did.
a
You called it
position,
shit. So
if I were to be in a position to call somebody's team shit, I would call Cheese.
Zach's.
Look at all those.
Wow.
Look at all those position
Wow.
rankings. Nice at the end.
When your best
Okay.
player is the Cowboys, you have an issue.
Oh, okay, interesting. All right, Slaps. Who's winning?
Zombie.
Zombie. Okay. Zach.
Zombie and who? Slaps?
Cheese.
Cheese? I don't care.
It's actually sad that Draymond struck his Jordan Poole in the face.
Oh, it was between Jordan Poole and Draymond?
Mm-hmm.
Shut
you
up,
know,
Cheese.
I think Jordan Poole should go to the Nets. Just
Cheese.
on that.
You know what? Cheese ain't winning a whole another game all year.
Okay, so you're debating. You know, there was a question when Cheese made that Najee trade of if it goes all horribly downhill from here, like it did last year about at this time.
Look, I lose.
Everybody
one player,
remember
if one
this
player
trade.
Fucks my team.
And I will say it again. Everybody remember this moment this past week when he traded away Najee. Because if it goes downhill, if Miles Sanders does shit this week and Curtis Samuel comes back down to earth and it goes to shit and Cheese starts losing, everybody just remember the Najee Harris trade as being the downfall this year. Just like last year there was trades that were the downfall. All right, so Cheese, I know you're going to beg to differ with all that. You think you're going to
Look,
win this
Diggs
week?
has had 2 down weeks. He's due to pop off against
Oh.
the garbage Pittsburgh team.
Okay.
Mike Evans and Tom Brady are magnets. Ertz has been great. Ertz has the Philly revenge game. I got great matchups this week.
Oh, okay. All right.
And, you know, I have Tuck, so can't go wrong.
Yes, okay. Zombie, are you
You
getting
have
the
what?
win? He has
I
Justin
have
Tucker.
Zach's favorite kicker.
Yeah, the best kicker of all time. Zombie, are you ending Cheese's undefeated start?
The only thing I'm raping Cheese harder in is when my Padres rape his Mets this weekend.
Oh!
Okay.
Do we
Got
have a
him!
bet incoming?
Got him!
Zombie
Yeah,
can't
is there a
afford to bet.
bet between this Mets and Padres series?
Zombie, do you need a payment plan for a bet? If
Oh.
so, we will do that.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Look, Zombie's team, David Montgomery ain't playing. Teddy Bridgewater is shit. And Monroe St. Brown is, even if he does play, you know, he won't do. You know, he's a very injured team right now.
Okay. So what about this Padres Mets series?
Look,
I'm more
I just
interested
got
in that.
word Max Scherzer starting game 1.
Yes. So you're saying
Confidence
you're
is
going
high.
to win game 1.
Confidence is high.
Okay. So I have a question. If you lose game 1, are you really not going to start DeGrom game 2?
Well, so Golfer,
The
the
fraud?
strategy is that if you win game 1, you can avoid
Yes.
starting DeGrom game
Yes,
2,
and then you take your
and
chance.
then you can start him in the NLDS
But-
type of, or you can
But
start
what
him
if
in
you
game
lose
3.
game 2? Then you
Then
got
he
to
starts game 3. Then
Okay,
he would
but
start
why? But why risk a game 3 winner take all situation
This is
when
a
you could
'Cause you
just
wanna-
start
you
DeGrom
wanna-
game 2 and
This
get
is a
secure
football
it?
party.
Because
Right
Chris
then.
Bassett has been solid, and you want
Oh,
to try to
okay.
save DeGrom
This
for
is a
the
football
first
party.
So
starter
you
of
guys
the
aren't
next
betting,
round.
is what I'm getting at.
Zombie has not said he wants to bet, so we will
Zombie.
see. How it
Buddy,
goes.
I will bet you.
Look, is Pusa gonna bet fake?
What?
He just said
We'll
I'll
get
bet
there.
you, Cheese.
We'll get there.
Oh, how much? How much? How much?
You said 500.
Okay, I'm not betting him
500.
$500.
Zombie, how much?
20
He doesn't
bucks.
even. Yeah, I'll do
20
that.
bucks.
That's as much as he has, so I'll do it.
Buddy, it's
Okay,
two,
put
it's
it in the
a
bets chat.
3-game series.
Another live bet made on the fantasy show. You love to see it. All right, moving on to the next matchup. We have Ernie versus Bill. This one should be a good one in the group chat this week. Ernie 3-1, Bill 1-3. Right now,
I know
Bill
who's
projected to
winning this
win 129 to 123, so a decent projection for Bill. Bill has Josh Allen against Pittsburgh, Saquon Barkley against Green Bay, newly acquired Derrick Henry against Washington. That's a good 1-2 punch there on running backs. Cortland Sutton against the Colts, Chris Godwin against Atlanta, Dawson Knox against Pittsburgh, Juju Smith-Schuster against the Raiders, and the Vikings defense against that horrible Bears offense. On Ernie's side, he has Herbert against Cleveland, Clyde Edwards-Helaire after another big game last week against the Raiders, Dalvin Cook, we'll see if he gets going against Chicago, Justin Jefferson after his big game in London against Chicago, Chris Olave after his big game against Seattle, Kyle, question mark, Pitts. Will he play, first of all? And second of all, if he does play, will he actually show up at all and make any catches? And Ramondre Stevenson against Detroit. Good matchup there. Could be a good player. Could be a big decider in the matchup, possibly. That's a good matchup. And the Bills defense against Pittsburgh and Kenny Pickett. I am going to take... I like Ernie's wide receivers and his flex better than Bill's, but I also like Bill's running back slightly better. But I'm going to take Ernie. I think his Minnesota boys will have a good game this week. I think Herbert will do his thing, and I like the Olave against Seattle, and I like Ramondre Stevenson a lot against Detroit this week. So I'm going to take Ernie to pull off the win and go to 4-1. Obviously, I hope Bill wins to bring Ernie back down to 3-2.
Wow.
Because I want all the top teams to lose. But I think Ernie gets the win against Bill and sends Bill in even closer or even more panic. Pussy, who's winning?
Ah, shit.
Bill versus Ernie.
Hold on. Power outage. Tovid. Oh, it's going to be a tie. But I'm going to go with
Tie.
Tovid.
Wow, everyone's taking
I'm
Zach
going with
ties.
Tovid.
Oh, you're taking...
I'm taking Tovid.
Oh, you're taking Ernie. All right. Slaps.
I am gonna take. Excuse me. Honestly, I'm gonna take. Yeah, I'm gonna take Ernie.
Okay. Zombie. Or Zombie.
Wait.
Oh my god.
Wait, what was
it's
the match?
Ernie versus Bill.
Fucking Christ.
Let me go next.
I'm going
'cause
with
fuck this
my
shit.
buddy Bill.
Okay. Zach.
My buddy Bill is about to fuck over Ernie with a 50-point game from Derrick Henry.
Nice copium.
Okay. 50. Oh, that's funny. Cheese.
I'm taking Ernie. Juju is basically 0 points, and Godwin and Knox are both
if you
banged up.
click on Juju, I mean, he hasn't got 0 points at all this year. I mean, he got 9 and 13.
His ceiling is like
Wow.
just above 10
His ceiling's
points.
probably about 12 points. I'll agree with you on that.
And
That's not
Dawson
zero.
Knox hasn't done shit this year.
Mhm.
Godwin is glass body.
Mhm.
I'm
Okay,
taking
so
Ernie.
you're taking Ernie. All right, interesting.
JJ's gonna pop off for
Ernie,
Chicago.
if Derrick Henry gets 50 points this week, I sense some big time hatred towards Zach for trading him to Bill. But are you gonna win
If
this
he
week?
gets 50, yes. If he gets 50 points, that's fine because Saquon's gonna tear his fucking ACL
Oh.
first quarter.
Okay.
So if
Wow.
you have Saquon in any other
He
league,
doesn't
just
got
trade
tear
him
his
right
ACL.
now.
Maybe
Taking his
just a
tear
cramp.
his
He'll get cramps.
ACL.
He'll
Wow.
get cramps.
Sutton will get like 5 points this Thursday. Panic mode. Bill will fire sell his team.
Wow. So you're
He's in
predicting
a
that for the second straight week you beat someone and send them into the nuke button being pressed.
yes.
Okay.
His
Wow.
only faith is Juju, which he's gonna have to bring up like 40 points on the Monday night, which I'm not gonna be worried about because it's Juju.
Okay.
Who's Ernie's
TikTok
best player?
boy.
Ernie, who would
Jefferson.
you?
Vermont
Jefferson?
Stevenson.
No, Justin
Vermont
Jefferson.
Stevenson.
Justin Jefferson is not gonna tear his ACL in the first quarter. He's gonna get fucking to it and get a CTE right there
The
on the field
fingers
and
are
have
gonna
to
be
get
crooked.
stretchered off.
Oh no, the fingers are gonna be crooked. Oh,
Yeah, you're
God.
gonna lose your job as a fucking ref, you useless
Oh.
bastard. Who gives a red card for time wasting, but someone will lose their career and gets a yellow?
Yeah, right.
Fucking idiot.
That is
Justin
true.
Jefferson's about to fucking lose his
Simplicity.
career.
All right, moving
Is-
on to the final matchup of the week. We have Pussy versus Hunter.
Toilet bowl.
Yeah, kind of a toilet bowl matchup. 126 to 115. Pussy's predicted for a pretty easy victory. Obviously, the news of Jonathan Taylor being out hurts Hunter a lot. Hunter has Russell Wilson against the Colts tomorrow night. James Conner against the Eagles. Could be a tough matchup there. Josh Jacobs against Kansas City. Josh Jacobs had a big game last week, but we'll see if he can do it again. I don't know. Tyreek Hill against the Jets could be decent, depending on Teddy Two Gloves. Amari Cooper against the Chargers. TJ Hawkinson after his monster game against the Pats. No way the Pats let him go off for 30 points. And then
It was
Terry,
40 points.
or 40 points, excuse me. And then Scary Terry, who hasn't been that scary this year, against Tennessee.
Easy one, Kyler.
And the Packers against the Giants.
Wow.
On Pussy's side, he has Patrick Mahomes against the Raiders, Kareem Hunt against the Chargers. Breece Hall finally makes an appearance after getting 15 points a week. Finally gets in at the RB2 spot against Miami. Keenan Allen, question mark, who he traded for today against Cleveland if he plays, could be decent. Drake London, who he also got in the deal against Tampa Bay. Travis Kelce against the Raiders, and Deontay Johnson against Buffalo, and the Jaguars against Houston could be a decent matchup. Although I don't like some of Pussy's matchups this week, I still am going to project him to get the win. I think this is going to be a lower scoring matchup than a lot of people, or than ESPN projects. Hunter's team has some yikes matchups as well as an injury issue, so I am going to take Pussy to get a lower scoring, closer victory.
I'm just going to the toilet, so
okay,
I'm
who's-
going Pussy on this one.
Okay, Ernie,
Yes, ma'am.
who's winning between Pussy and Hunter? Earth to Ernie, hello?
I think Country clutches up on Monday night.
Okay. All right.
Oh wait, no, never
On
mind.
Monday night, what?
Yeah, he will.
Oh,
Josh
with the
Jacobs will
Josh
outscore
Jacobs? You think
Mahomes
Josh Jacobs is going to go
and
off? All
Kelsey.
right.
He's gonna outscore Mahomes and Kelsey.
Josh Jacobs on his own is going to outscore Mahomes and
Mhm.
Kelsey. Okay, interesting. That's a bold prediction right there from Ernie. Slaps already predicted. Zombie.
I'm gonna pick my buddy Hunter because I'm gonna make a trade with him that'll win him this week.
Okay. Yeah. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Zach.
Who's playing?
Hunter and Hunter and Pussy.
Jesus, these matchups. I don't care. Once again,
So a tie. Okay.
not a tie.
Cheese.
Hunter, after heartbreak last week, will come back strong.
Wow.
Keenan Allen
Okay.
is not playing,
Oh. Okay.
and I don't like Drake London's matchup or
Okay.
Deontay Johnson's matchup. So,
Interesting. All right. And Pussy, are you getting this win against Hunter? Or I know in the past you've made a lot of comments about Hunter and his inactiveness and how you said you would be embarrassed if you lost to him. So is that still standing for this week, or do you think Hunter's
It
gonna
is.
beat you?
It is.
Okay.
It is. And I would be pretty disappointed if I lost this week. I think I'm gonna win by 10 to 15.
Oh. Okay.
Hmm.
All right.
Wow.
All right, and there we have it for the rankings. Good luck to everyone on the rankings or on the fantasy side. Make sure you set your lineups accordingly for any injury possibilities.